We just got this little guy in the mail here. This is it's not a DJI, this is the Ryze Tello. And we just got this in the mail and I was opening it up. I just had a first experience with it and I figured we'd get the camera out and share it with you guys. This is actually a pretty cool drone. It's not necessarily DJI, it's made by a company called Ryze, but it has DJI tech in it, which is pretty cool. Now this thing also houses a Intel chip. In other words, this is a toy grade drone that has hobby grade parts inside of it. So you're gonna have the great flight experience from the DJI flight controller, and it comes in at a price at about $100, which is pretty nice. That being said, after using this thing for a little bit, the type of person that I think would really benefit from the little Tello drone is somebody who is looking to get their first drone, something in the realm of DJI, but just hasn't had that first experience yet, and they don't know if they should go all in and get the $1,000 DJI Mavic Pro. This guy comes in at $100, and it kind of gives you a little taste of what it's like to have a drone and operate a drone and use a drone without having to break the bank, which is pretty cool. You fly it off of your phone via a Wi-Fi signal. It does not use the DJI Go 4 app. It uses a separate proprietary app specific to the Tello, which is pretty cool. And within that app, you can take pictures. They're 5 megapixel pictures. You can do video. It has a 720p downlink, which is pretty nice for a Wi-Fi drone. This is a $100 drone, so we realize that the video quality is not up to par with that of a GoPro or any kind of HD cam for that matter. It's more so for pictures, I'd say, and the video is just kind of a little gimmick so you can have fun and take videos while you're in the air. So remember, this is a $100 drone. The thing houses downward facing sensors, just like some of its bigger brothers from DJI. So it's going to be able to do things like sense your hand. It can take off and land from your hand. It can also hold its position based on what it sees on the ground, which is pretty nice. It has a slew of different flight features, or flight modes, I guess you could call them. One of which is a flip mode. Who doesn't like doing flips? I do. But you can flick the screen in the direction you want it to flip, and it will automatically punch the throttle, do a flip, and come out perfectly and go right back into a hover. It has one of the coolest modes, I think, is throw and go, where you can, it's before you take off, you hit a button and the thing literally, you just chuck it in the air and it catches itself and goes right into a hover, which is pretty cool. It has a 360 mode where it just spins and takes a 360 video. It has a in and out, or I think it's called in and out. Oh, no, that's hamburgers. It's like the droney mode where like it'll start close and then it slowly pans out, which is pretty nice. And then it also has a weird mode that I don't know the function of. It's called bounce mode, and it's when the thing just goes like this until you tell it to stop. I don't know. Personally, that's my favorite mode, just because like it's just there and it doesn't have a purpose. So for the video, it does, and the pictures actually, it has an image stabilizer. So it's a digital image stabilizer. So it's going to help you get a little bit clearer pictures. Now this is not by any means professional grade. This is going to be something that you're going to use for fun photos that you're going to post on social media. Selfies, stuff like that, family photos, it could be really good for. And they're 5 megapixels, so it's going to be more than enough to share it on a screen, whether it's social media, Instagram, stuff like that. One of the cool things that I really like about it too is it's 80 grams. So for those of you guys in the US and for those of you who have certain FAA regulations in your country, this is going to come in under the 250 gram mark, so you don't have to worry about being certified or anything like that to fly it in certain spaces. It's just a lightweight guy. It's not going to do any damage, which is pretty nice. Other than the DJI flight controller and the Intel chip and some of the other cool features this has, one of the big things that separates this from a lot of its other toy drone competitors, this one also has the capability to pair up with a Bluetooth gaming controller. I don't know exactly what the compatibility is with different gaming controllers, but they do state that you can use it with a gaming controller. And for those of you who aren't familiar, flying off of a touchscreen is always a little bit of a challenge, no matter what you're flying, whether it's an airplane or a drone. There's just no feel. So when you're able to have sticks, even if it's something as simple as a gaming controller, you're gonna have a better flight experience. So it is nice to have that extra option. Honestly, at a $100 price point, you look at some of the footage from this thing and you're like, it's not the best, but it's $100, so you can't really beat that. And for somebody who either is looking for something to get for their kid, or if they wanted to try out what it's like to fly a decent drone at a reasonable cost without spending $400,000 or $500,000, $600,000 on a Mavic or something like that, this could be a good option for you. So anyways, guys, we just got this thing in the mail. We wanted to share it with you, get our first experience. It's not actually available in the United States yet, but it will be soon. If you wanted to get your hands on one early, I know you can find them on eBay, but let us know if you guys have your favorite toy grade drones and what they are, and if there's any other ones that you'd like to see on the channel. And we'll see you guys next time.